Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Borderlands. Let's continue. So we need to go to Earl's scrapyard first to turn in a quest. Crazy Earl's scrapyard. Just fast traveling to turn in most of the quests. One of the quests I'm going to do out of order because I'm trying to be as efficient as possible. It's certainly very believable that certain people would play this in a very odd order, and in playing it in an odd order you might take a lot longer than most people will, or somebody who's played the game will. Like, I guess my running through this is more efficient than what you'd really have. So Crazy Earl needed food badly, and so we got some cans of skag meat for him. Let's turn that quest in. That gives us 9,000 experience, which does help us.
What you want?
But
see you later.
There's nothing else with Crazy Earl, which is kind of weird. Like, unless we get something else to do, we never really came to this area on the left. Like, never even looked in it. And I'm pretty sure there's a reason to do that. And we'll find it later. Like, this whole section isn't just an empty section. If worst case came to worse and somehow I missed that quest, that would be very weird. I guess I'd go back and look at it eventually, but it'd be very, very weird to miss any quest in this game. There's one at the very, not the very beginning, but near the beginning, very close to the beginning, relatively speaking, where you find in one area a recorder, and the recorder gives you a quest. Let's go to New Haven now. But everything else has been pretty obvious, pretty much on the path. There aren't really hidden sections. We're waiting for Claptrap to tell us that this is a great example of a bad area, because you come to talk to Crazy Earl, these things always talk to you. They probably shouldn't talk to you. Every time you walk past them, they're kind of annoying, but they do bring Scooter back into your mind.
This vault discovery could be the very thing we need to revitalize this settlement.
And I've refreshed the game by exiting out since last time I was here. Who had the quest? Somebody has a New Haven quest for me. It must be the bounty board. There we go. Oh, I guess we are desperately close then to finishing another level. Which, last recording, I was really getting the feeling that we weren't going to make that much progress. So, this is going to push the story forward, definitely. And I could go turn this in the middle of nowhere bounty board. But I might as well go to West Commons West. And I'm supposed to turn this in, I think, at Titanus. So that was, let's just double check. West Commons West. Too many places to go here. And let's see, the underpass I believe is slightly higher than the outer lands, and I think that's what I'm looking for. Yes, this is it. Yep. right where we needed to be. And again, I could have taken a car. This game wants you to take cars. In the end, I think the game probably suffers a little bit for its desire, its over enthusiasm of wanting you to take cars. There are certainly ways you could have done some artistic editing and maybe make some of these areas a bit smaller, particularly when the areas that are clearly designed for car combat don't have anything else in them. Did I get them all? Or any coming? That was a little frantic. There you go. It's just... Now, last time we were here, these were huge pains in the butt. This time, with Crom's repeater here, they are not really posing any trouble at all. And let's see, anybody else want a piece of me? Yet? Not yet. Were they calling some of these booster racks? I think they were. I couldn't see the name on them, but it seemed like they were being called booster racks, as in booster pack, something you would get in like a collectible card game or something. This is interesting too, because this is the first treasure chest I've opened and then found it to be closed again. So we've been far, and we've been in this area, but far enough away from the area that it's had an opportunity to refill the lootable chest, which then this again proves that everything refills after a while. If particularly, everything instantly refills when you exit. Maybe. I don't know about that. Maybe the loot chests don't. And I'm getting a bunch of garbage guns right now. And you can see, same bug as before. They really did a poor choice in placing Tannis right next to where these racks are likely to happen. And almost every time when you kill the racks, you're going to get one that's kind of glitched in too close to her.
You're from off planet. You smell oddly.
She's from off planet, though. Turn this in. Cross the drawbridges and talk to Taylor Cobb outside of Janistown. So I gained a skill point.
Keep your eyes on
So that's what we needed. And we need to go talk to Helena Pierce so she will let us cross. The next thing we could do when we level up is we could kill an enemy, causes your shield to regenerate quickly for a few seconds. That would definitely increase our defense, but I would like to just start going a little bit more aggressive than I normally play in games and try to get my critical hits to do more damage. So we need to go to Helena Pierce and the Middle of Nowhere bounty board. Is there anybody else? I hear a rack, but I don't see it. And see, take this revolver. This gun is faster and does more damage, but I'm still not going to take it because I want this. I want the shock damage, particularly for a while. This is a gun that I might easily hold on to for a lot longer than what I normally should hold on to. So, it took a little bit longer to save there.
I asked Pierce to give you Class A clearance, and she declined, so I stole her robotic arm until she'd give it to you. You should have little trouble moving forward.
So I just, in the middle of that conversation, killed a spider ant king. The problem though is I'm not getting very much experience for doing that. So now I have clearance, but before I do the main story, which is Taylor Cobb, we need to get the other things done. So middle of nowhere, West Commons East, bounty board. And we just want to get the quests before we do anything else. Let's see. Let's see, I don't know if I knew that Helena Pierce had a robotic arm. Like, we need to go back and look at her. We're going to anyways and see that, because that's not something we were aware of. Let's see. Let's compare this gun to what we have equipped. It's faster by far and does fire damage with slightly less accuracy and slightly less bullets. But I don't want to do that right now. And then this, I don't think so. Can't do anything really with any of those.
Someone always has the upper hand. Make sure it's you.
And we've already got all of these, so we're not to that. 2 shot for a revolver is not what we're gonna keep. A repeater. Let's see, shotgun. Spike shotgun, 60 times 7, that might be better than what we have. 80 times 1.3 versus this, which is 91 times 3.7. Tells me that's not needed. This triple rocket launcher does 357, where this does 280 times 3. So that 120 times 1.3, which is 90. This revolver's still too slow. A sniper is 160 times 0.9. That's not as useful. Corrosive contact, we'll get rid of that. 40 times 100, 48 times 100 times 10. 3 shots at 0.4. Nope. 220 times 1.4, which gets rid of that one. Yeah, almost all of this is just garbage. Let's see. Stinger is 50. The double stinger can't be beat right now, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. even though I don't particularly like the double stinger. 38 times 13 versus 92 times 10. Gets rid of that weapon. Gets rid of that weapon. And then this shotgun is 7 times 60 times 1, where this is 60 times 12 times 1.6, which means this is not as good. This repeater is 65 times 4.8, where this is 50 times 3.7 with effects that I want. There we go. And now we need to go back to New Haven. Now we will start probably doing all of the quests in Rust Commons East, but I want to get all the quests first and play efficiently. Otherwise, things.
I hope you're avoiding the negative element around here.
Oh, she does have a robotic arm.
Dr. Tannis has always been very interested in isolating herself. She makes it difficult for me to trust her. That's all for the time being.
So, I suppose it won't kill. It won't kill me. They come over here, talk to Scooter, talk to Marcus, talk to Dr. Zed, talk to the bounty board. Just make sure there's no other quests anywhere to pick up. But I imagine we've already done it. Well, you should take note, this is where Marcus starts, and in the second game he's in a much bigger, better area. And they add in the second game the ability to see, I kinda should buy this gun. It's better in every single way. Like, it does more damage, it's not as accurate, but it also has a significantly higher fire rate. So, I'm just gonna buy it. It's crazy, I know. And then this rifle versus like the Glorious Havoc, it's not as good. 25 times 8. Let's try that versus what we have as a shotgun. Let's see. No, that's not worth getting. 48 times 10 on the damage. It's not worth getting. You almost don't even need to consider guns that are for sale unless they are specials. But I'm looking at everything just in case.
What can I do for you? I don't know about that, Dr. Tannis. Never trust a company man, and especially not a company woman.
Alright, so now we have some beacons they want us to do. If they wanted us to go to Old Haven, how do you get there? You go from West Commons west. If they want us to do anything else, they want us to go to West Commons east. So I believe the middle of the nowhere is West Commons east. So that's also, I think, the only location you can fast travel to in the area. So this is our kind of central location. It's called the middle of nowhere, but it is for us at least, the middle location.
Hi there.
This guy's not probably going to ever give us any other extra quest. We can re-pick up the journals that we've already collected, but we don't hear the audio for them. And unless these have refilled with something worth getting.
Hyperion asks, what good is a gun that doesn't shoot where you point? Get a gun that's as accurate as you are.
Accuracy, like a Hyperion weapon that's built around being very accurate. It's probably not my main thing. So collect pamphlets from the bandits on the old Lynn Abbey. So this is that religion quest again. Get some samples of some creatures. Helab the Widowmaker. Go this way to do a secret rendezvous. To talk to Taylor Caleb, which is the main story. Relight the beacons, which at both beacon towers, and then hidden journal is over there too. So these two are the last ones we want to do. I imagine we'll do this quest, and then let's see, the bug problem quest, and then the altered ego quest, and that should work rather nicely. And where's Old Haven? It's over there. Which, if I remember correctly, I guess the Old Haven stuff is when things really change and we start to get the new enemy type. If I'm remembering any of this right, which is, it's been so long, I'm probably not quite. And so because of that, I don't want to specifically do the Old Haven quest right now. I want to hold on to it for a little bit. So I think what I have to do is come up here. Is this right? Yep. And I can't just squeeze this in here. And since there's nobody attacking me right now, we leave the vehicle and we'll start the fight as it is. And just start opening things. Odd, really. One would expect the enemies to be attacking me.
I'm gonna skin you, put your face on and say hi to your mama.
Like, where'd you come from? I guess that electrocuting does work, but that it doesn't work greatly for me if I'm next to somebody that's being electrocuted, because then it knocks out my knocks out my shields too. But the game is starting to prove itself to be a little easier than I would like. The fact that I didn't struggle at all with Crom is disconcerting. Crom should have been a lot more, and yes, I did apply some knowledge there, but not any knowledge that any player up to this point wouldn't have known. They clearly say in the game that caustic weapons destroy metal things, so if you throw them at a turret, you had a great chance of figuring out that it would destroy turrets real easily. See, I'm just kind of wandering around here, taking the scenic tour. Unless there's like a claptrap unit or something. I think that's kind of all we have to do.
Take 'em out!
2 shots because of the shock. Just blew his face off. And this is a new interface we haven't seen before. And it's activating a beacon. Which we don't really know what the beacons are. We kind of have this problem in it, that there are technical, like magical, scientific things going on in this world, and it doesn't bother to explain any of that to us. And so if you had any interest in that, well, you're playing the game wrong, is simply all the game is going to tell you, because this game is about not caring about the story and running and gunning. It's not about figuring out what this station is or what that beacon is doing. If you wanted any of that, that probably is in the text, but if you're not reading the text, forget it. Alright. Now we just look at the map. Very heavy map game. If you hadn't figured that out by this point. Like very, very much focused on moving you from specific point to specific point. And let's see. Am I in the right place? Not really. So we're supposed to go this way, and then I think there's a little tunnel that we're supposed to take here. Yes. You don't see any other tunnels in the game, or at least we haven't yet. And see, there is another like bridge, and that bridge would take you to where we want. So that's exactly what we're looking for. Unfortunately, it seems pretty obvious that the bridge control for that bridge is on the other side. Like you can see that the thing we're supposed to collect is right there. And lowering the bridge, there's no switch, there's no claptrap, there's nothing. Unless there's a power connector that I'm supposed to follow back. So I don't think I can do this quest right now. The game is specifically... Oh.
Day 684. I seem to be unable to leave camp anymore. I've collected all of the information I need to be able to find the vault. I'm overcome with terror and instantaneous paralyzation upon any attempt to leave my confines. I believe I have some kind of psychosis. Whatever it is, I'm a prisoner of my own jail, and I will not be able to find anything without help from an outside party. I will put out feelers to see if I can get someone off this rock to grant me assistance. Perhaps I can send an off-world message to attract some vault officers. Some company would be lovely.
This guy's getting blown away everywhere. Notice that while explosions do mostly work if you're hitting somebody like this, and I'm dead. That's probably for the best. Like, maybe I could have, just as something despawned right there, I noticed that I could have possibly shot under the foot of somebody. Alright. And so you can have two presets for cars. I don't really know why. It seems like they intentionally were thinking that they weren't going to have, let's see, we have the relight the beacons is the next quest that's closest, unless we wanted to do hidden journal, which I think probably is the next closest anyways, so let's go. It seems like all of the quests are built around lowering the bridges first. I guess there's a couple of ideas on the religion thing that we could have. So the only other, we are here, so the only way into this next section is through this.
Searching database. Your DNA has been granted Class A clearance. Lowering bridge.
And so the cop shop unit comes over here and pushes a button that apparently I couldn't push.
I command the bridge to descend.
I guess we should pay attention here. I guess the bridge is pretty effective, considering we don't have a double jump or anything. Now, the issue we had before on the journals, which is what we are at right now, had a hidden journal supposedly like right here. And oh wow, they're getting hidden really well.
I haven't slept in 3 days. I just ate 6 bugs in alphabetical order, starting with Carabus auronitis and ending with a dessert of Tetrix antellata. The information I've uncovered from my automated deciphering has me closing in on the location of this event. An event I believe to be the opening of the vault. Echo Recorder and I are not together anymore. But I wish him the best, and we remain friends, so that I can keep recording these messages. He agreed, because we need to complete what we set out to do, and document the intensive search for the mythic vault. It's not a myth. It's real.
So, the next Echo Recorder thing is over that direction. We'll get that later. The next thing we should go for is this. Get over these bridges. The bridge should be now permanently.
Readings suggest we may find another vault key fragment at the trash coast. Unfortunately, in your way are the inhabitants of Janestown, who smell of alcohol and ignorance. They like science as much as I like the idea of music. Music is wasteful and stupid.
So, we immediately walked over that section, and in walking over that section, it had a save point to lock in the fact that the bridges are down, so we never have to go through that again. Looks like there's possibly something here. Or let's see, these are level 12 spider ants. Let's try this. Everybody's getting shocked. I'm about to die. The spider ant queen here. Let's go ahead and grab this instant health. Spider ant worker. Nice amounts of experience. It is like kind of a slow thing though. Kind of a slow repeater still. Let's see, I did all of that because I thought there very well might be something in here as far as a journal, and it doesn't seem like there actually is a journal here, although they are getting kind of sneaky with them, so I think I was justified in that. Here's something. So let's see. There's something. Something here. You coming up? How about we do this? That's one way to kill Helab. So we're doing the other quest out of order, but it's working quite nicely for us. Is there really anything else over here? I don't think so. Get some money. Not even like we need the money though. We are supposed to be going this direction to discover something. Let's see, nothing here. It must be the next ridge. And the real reason I even did any of that was just I wanted to get some more vehicle kills. Like, this is clearly one of those areas where driving around and running over spider ants is a decent thought. So we've discovered the cauldron, which is a fast travel location. And see, when we run over these things, they're having a tendency to glitch out. And we only got a couple. The shield's starting to struggle a little bit. And we're not getting massive amounts of health from this either. Well, no health, but we're not getting experience from it. So this area, I believe, is how you get to Old Haven. Is you have to either squeeze through there. So going up to this might be a hidden Tannis journal, and it might be nothing. These are just like sniper locations where bandits are. And see, I don't think there's a way I would be able to get onto this pipe and run all the way to that. Even if there was, I don't think that actually would accomplish anything. So, next area is over here, and I should have taken the car, but whatever. We'll go ahead and run this way and see nothing. Killing spider ants with this gun is one way they level up proficiency, I suppose. I guess it's also a way to run out of bullets. These spider ants are now coming in waves. You kill some in the area and then wave 2 shows up. Which we never really saw that behavior in Skags. We may have been seeing that behavior in bandits, but if it is, I haven't noticed it. And clearly, even if I had taken a vehicle this far, they've got barriers here to make the player get out and actually run around. It's clearly an obvious statement telling you that they don't want you just to cheat with the car, which is good because it would have been a very boring experience if I could cheat and get with the car for every quest and every area. And I probably would cheat in the car if I could, since that would possibly be more efficient. Or at least start your battle in the car and then you can end it. Trying to kill this bruiser. So I think I have proximity grenades, and that proximity grenade I don't believe went off. I need to find out who's still shooting at me. See, I don't even know why I'm bothering to search the bullet chests when I'm pretty certain I'm full. And see, clearly these lockers are here to allow very crazy people like me who want to be as efficient as possible, do something while the chest does its 3-second animation of opening up, which is kind of slow. And I think they adjusted that, made it a little bit faster in the next game. I wouldn't be surprised if it's even faster in the pre-sequel, and even faster in Borderlands 3 when that comes out. I wouldn't be surprised if it just becomes instantaneous. In a lot of ways, you could just get rid of the lids, and instead of having the white bullets show, or just have them show if you want to turn that back on. But by default, I just say bullets don't show, and then the player actually has to know, well, these are bullets. I can go up, hold E, and pick them up if I can collect any of them. Or at the very least, you could say they don't show that much when they're this far away, and then the line grows as you get closer. But then that kind of defeats the purpose of the white line being something you can see from a pretty far distance. I need to find an enemy that I want to just phase walk to. But yeah, if you eliminated the lid and the bullets were just there by default, and you just ran up there and hit A, just same thing here. Eliminate the lid, have it as this the whole time, and then you just go up and pick them up. That is the ultimate solution to this problem. Even the big chests, and sure, maybe on the big chests you leave them since those are kind of rare. So this and this plus some others, a third signal that we hadn't aligned, are all pointing to the sky, and I don't know what that really does, but they did it. And so maybe they got some kind of transmission or something out of that. In the end, I did my job. Yeah, like the garbage things, everything, just have them always in the open section. Like that would be the mod I would put on this game. Is lids always open. Everything else probably fine. It would be kind of cool to see the artistic style of a full realistic artistic style, but you know, the game would probably just look like a boring run and gun shooter then, and frankly you have a danger there of dividing your fan base, because some people might say, you know what, I like it in the realistic style, and some people would say they like it in the non-realistic style that it's doing now. And if that division is allowed to occur, then Gearbox doesn't have the money to make both styles equally good looking. So one side would always get shortchanged. So I don't think you would want to do that. Even if it was just a fan mod, I don't think you'd want to encourage that in any way. Although the story is getting more and more realistic, and the art style itself is going to be slightly more realistic just with the adaptation to new engines. They're going to have to work harder and harder for it to maintain this comic book's hard inked design, because they have to put in more detail practically. You could smooth this out, like you can see some jagginess of a low texture. This is what anti-aliasing would fix, but you also kind of can see that this whole section in between this line and this line is just kind of a blotch of paint. And so when you start throwing more texture and more detail, it's going to look more realistic. Similarly, even more of a better example is rocks. Like, the rocks are going to get more detailed, more textured, and when they do, they're going to look less like a comic book, because comic books style kind of is low texture, but you can't really continue to do that when you're making a game that should be playable at 4K, because that will look awful at 4K. At least every example I've ever seen. So we need to get 6 pamphlets from these people. And each one of them is dropping a pamphlet. So this is the alcohol quest again. So I need to keep an eye on my let's do this. Is anybody else around? Where is everybody? We have a badass raider. And he is sure not going down quick. That might be the first badass raider we've ever seen. And we completed one of our challenges in killing a certain number of humans, I believe, or creatures, which gave us a nice boost in our experience. There's another pamphlet. We have more than enough. Let's see, here's that QR code. I am full. However, we have a machine here. And this is probably the first example of us ever having a machine in the game, like in an area like this. That's really strange. So, pick up these pamphlets before we do anything else, and it's kind of pointless to even open things. So, I could imagine that at a certain point, there's going to be, they were thinking you wouldn't be able to sell things, like at the heal stations, because, or otherwise they needed to create heal stations that you're not able to sell things at, because now I can get rid of all this garbage that I have. Let's see, 66 is the max. So anything below 66 can be sold right now. They're making sure we get some form of shield, because you really, really have to have one. Like, you cannot play with no shield. This Tempest class, no. So we've got repeater versus a repeater, that's no good. Versus a repeater, which that's no good, versus a repeater, which I think that's better. We have a Cobra, which is 60 times 100. All of a sudden we're picking up all of these 60 times 10 versus 58 times 10. We're picking up a lot more repeaters. 43 times 3.6. Well, that's no good. Let's see, 77 times 13 means get rid of that repeater. And we're going through a lot of work here for things that we almost certainly. 75 times 16. Do I have a, let's see, 77 times 13 versus 75 times 16 tells me that this should go. This is 35 times 8.3. Well, this is 98 times 5. Get rid of that SMG. This revolver is 107 times 1 versus 91 times 37. So we'll get rid of that. 74 times 10. 60 times 10. Get rid of that. Let's see, we have an SMG, a repeater, a revolver, a rifle. This. Glory's Havoc is 92 times 10, which gets rid of that one. This shotgun is 59 times 11 times 0.8, where this is 60 times 12 times 1.6, so I'll get rid of that one. This is 43 times 2 times 12.5, which, let's see, 98 times 5.4 as far as the urban thumper, and a low amount of bullets, so I'll get rid of that one. 75 times 16. I think right now we will keep Crom's side on, but I'm gonna equip this other one. And Glory's Havoc. Yeah. So equip that. And then we'll take this and do we have anything else we need to pick up? I think we were probably not full of inventory until that point. Just finding guns in that. I suppose the stockpiles of items still, you couldn't have bullets just lying on the ground, but you kind of could with modern technology. That there is an idea, like Minecraft in particular, eventually had to have items on the ground stack on top of each other. So if you dropped 64 pieces of dirt, it became one combined stack of dirt just to help it be efficient. And so I could see if you dropped a bunch of things on the ground, it might just automatically pile into a pile of garbage, much like, if not exactly like what we see as far as skag piles. And that would kind of work. The other thing is you might convince a creature to eat guns that are on the ground after a while. Or you might just despawn them or turn them into money. A lot of the issue here is if you could just take apart guns and get their elements. I think that would be a more enjoyable setup anyways. Let's see. And we might as well look here. This one is 583 times 1.3. What this is 280 times 1.2. So this rocket launcher is everything I'd ever want, and it's faster, and it does more damage, and its accuracy is the same. So this is a level 28. This was a level 19. It's taken us almost 10 levels, 9 levels, to get a weapon to just replace the weapon that we have had for a very long time. And we really needed that to happen. 70 times 13 versus 92 times 10. 79 bullets. 18 bullets. I still think I would prefer yeah, this is too few bullets. 70 times 13, but then this does more damage. So get rid of that. And this SMG does 51 times 10, while this one does 83 times 12, so get rid of that one too. So yeah, it's been a ridiculously long amount of time in which we've tried to work towards that. Next thing we need to do is this bug problem, or this Janistown rendezvous, or the hidden journal. I guess I should have done the Janistown quest. Yeah. Because that might push us into something more, but it might not. But since we're already that direction, let's do the bug problem next. Go in circles. I know the Janistowns is a story quest, or I think it is at least, and that gives me more hesitation to do levels. Here we have a very empty section of the game. It's just seems like you would have put a vehicle right there. Like, you can't get a vehicle in through this gate. That's clearly what this is all about. So why not put a vehicle spawn section right there? Why make me run? Run all the way here. Let's see, where would I get the next vehicle? I don't even know. And weirdly, when you look at the map, there's like this little cave here and then this little curve on the right. And then there's two sections that seem like they're probably going to be alleys in which spider ants show up. And then some transition points and some vehicle spawn points up there at the top. And it's a lot of different ways this Roscommon East connects back to Roscommon West and other areas. Anywho, though, we've gone an hour. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.